Hey Crossword fans! Today we're going to be solving the New York Times crossword for Saturday, July 10th, 2021. Alright, let's get started. Alright, it looks like we've got two big grid-spanning 3 stacks on today's puzzle. Excellent. My usual strategy is to get a bunch of the down answers first to help get these long acrosses, but let's peek at the first couple just for fun. Goof? Yeah, this is so ambiguous. Look at how long this answer is, and the clue is just goof. I wonder if it could be practical joke, maybe? Would that fit? Let's just try it. Practical... Yeah, that's too short. It could be something like that. It could also be like a person who is a goof. Could be a lot of things. Could be a mistake. Mischievous character in West African folklore. Oh man. I don't really know anything about West African folklore. I wonder, it could be like a kind of a person. It could be an animal character also. There's so many possibilities. Hosts. Boy. Yeah, these are so ambiguous. Except for this one. This seems kind of specific, but it's kind of a knowledge check. All right, let's start with the downs here. Computer store. I have a feeling this is kind of misdirection. It's probably not like Radio Shack or something. This is probably something that is stored on a computer. Like data. Or maybe it's like memory. Something along those lines, I'd bet. Have blank. Be able to save face. Maybe it's have an out. An out is kind of a way to save face, right? Maybe we can build off of that down here. Sometimes. Some is somewhere in France, I think. And a common period of time in crosswords that crops up that is in French is été, which is just summer. This is summers plural. It's very crosswordy there. David, who took 15 years to write the history of England. Oh, man. This is a proper noun here. I don't think I know this one. It's not Saint Bede. Let's try these longer downs here. Hit hard. This is past tense. Possibly. It could also be present tense. Man, hit is kind of ambiguous. It's very tricky. That's very Saturday. It could end in ed. Is this a D? Concept in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. I really want that to be dharma. Yeah, I'm not sure on the definition of dharma. But it's a word I've heard before. And it cropped up in Lost also. So if you've seen Lost, you know the word dharma. So it does look like this is probably past tense. Snarl. I wonder if that could be enmesh. Like you're kind of weaving things together. That could kind of be a snarl. Hosts. Well, let's keep going on these downs. We're going to need some more help on all of these acrosses, I think. School whose yearbook is the Gumbo? Oh my god. This makes me think it's probably somewhere in the South, because gumbo is sort of like a Southern dish. I want to say it's like maybe in Mississippi or Alabama. Ooh, I don't know beyond that though. Well, maybe if we get a letter or two, we can get it. Strauss's Blank Nacht in Venedig. Oh man, I mean this is German, so it might be a word I would recognize, but I don't know what would go before night. Could be a lot of options there. A brouhaha? We have to think back to our Much Ado About Nothing puzzle. What's another word for a ado or a brouhaha? Maybe a stir? That's usually a good option. It has good crosswordy letters in it. Aim for. I would want this to end in at. Like shoot at? It could be shoot at. Is this a T? Fabergé egg recipient. Ooh. Weren't the Tsars given a lot of Fabergé eggs? I think that might be true. So maybe it is shoot at. Sets right. Is it just fixes? It could be. I don't mind those letters. The X after an IO is kind of unusual. I don't know. Cut into. There's a lot of different ways this could go. This could be about cutting into like a television program. It could be cutting into cake. It could be cutting into a dance also. I don't know. I do like this TH here. Seriously. This is an equivalent phrase. Okay. It's not for real. That would be great. It's a little too long. Place of salubrity. Salubriousness means like health promoting. So I'm thinking maybe this is a gym or a spa, perhaps. I would want it to be a gym, but the letters in spa are a lot better. I'm not sure which one it's going to be, actually. Let's put in spa for now. 2 in a row, say. This is wordplay, so I have a feeling it's not a row. It might be in a row, like 2 that are fighting. But what are 2 that would be fighting? Other than like boxers, maybe? This might end in an S. Andy Capp's wife in the comics. Oh, geez. That is some old-timey knowledge there. I don't know her name. Let's look at these long downs. Capital city near Kangaroo Island. Oof. Is this in Australia somewhere? I don't know. It's called paraffin oil in the UK. I wonder if it's an actual oil or if that's just sort of a quirky name for something completely different. Is it kerosene? I wonder, because I feel like paraffin oil I've heard goes in lamps, and there's kerosene lamps too. I feel like that's a pretty good guess. Is this Flo? It kind of sounds like Andy Capp's wife would be named Flo, but then 2 in a row. It would end in an F. Let's see if we can get any of these long crosses yet. Goof. It almost looks like it's going to end in mistake, right? A goof is a mistake. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so what kind of mistake could we be talking about? Goof. I'm not sure. Sets right could be mends, maybe. You could mend like a relationship, possibly. Seriously. 2 in a row. Start of hedges. Is this going to be about hedging your bets? Or is it just going to be about like hemming and hawing? Could it be like It's like something you would say before you actually kind of made a hedging statement. So this would maybe be an M. Hosts. Boy, this is tough. This is really tough here. All these long acrosses are really hard to get here. I wonder if this is erode? Cut into? That could be. Eroding is sort of cutting into. I'm real. I don't like that at all. I mean, maybe this is eine. That would be A, Night in Venedig. It could be. It seems like a good guess, at least. Goof. I would almost want this to be an honest mistake, but that's too short. Interesting. This has the, but I don't actually know if that's part of it. It could be split right here, maybe. Boy. I wonder if we can maybe... We'd only get one extra letter, but it might help enough to see something. So let's try and build up from here. The pretty worm of Nihilus that kills and pains not, per Shakespeare. I have a feeling maybe that's talking about the asp in Antony and Cleopatra. Swashbuckler's implement. A pirate, huh? It's not a scimitar. I would want it to be about their sword. Hold up? Is this about delaying? Maybe it's about robbing. You couldn't be more wrong. An equivalent phrase. I mean, maybe it ends in no. Find inner strength. Jeez. Is it dig deep? Yeah, that could be. Is it pump up? Hold up? That's not quite right, I don't think. What a whale watcher may watch. A whale watcher. I mean, you're usually watching the ocean, right? I have a feeling this is like some kind of misdirection. I don't know. Unkempt? That could be ragged, maybe. Like Raggedy Ann. Swashbuckler. Is this Adelaide? Adelaide. I just know that's a city in Australia. I think it's in Australia. And it could be a capital city. And then maybe this is flow. Two in a row, say. I guess it could just be a tiff. Like two in a row would be an example of a tiff. Yeah, it's not asking about the two people, actually. Okay. Man, when I had that F, it crossed my mind. I wish I had thought about it a little harder, because that could have helped a lot. Okay, so... hosts. Boy, we really have a lot of these filled in. Man, is this a spider? Something the spider? I think it might be. I wonder if this is actually a name. Like some name, the spider. I guess this could be also ERR. No, it starts plural, so it has to be ers plural. Okay. Shoot, okay. I should have noticed that. All right, so... communion wafers? Oh my god. This is so brutal. Yeah, the host is another word for the communion wafer, right? I think that's usually in Catholicism. Okay. Wow, that is really hard. It's so ambiguous. But that's a Saturday puzzle for you. It's going to be really hard like that. Okay, so this is I Swear. This is looking like it might be a school, so I'm happy to see that. Maybe LSU, Louisiana, right? That would kind of be in the right area we were thinking before. So, hopeless mistake? Hopeless mistake? I don't know. This would be an S. Oof. I don't know. If it's a name, it's going to be hard to get. I'm going to put in LSU. I just think it's so likely that it's a safe bet here. Because I really like this less at the end here, but then... hopeless mistake. I don't know. That just doesn't seem quite right. Nameless mistake. That doesn't make sense either. Hit hard. Is this another M? Could it be David Hume? He was a philosopher, right? I like those letters, Hume. The M here is good, and the CH is good too. This could be a cache, like a memory cache on a computer. Yeah, that's very good there. So it's a careless mistake. Oh, man. I feel like I've made a few of those so far already. And then Rand, Anansi the spider. Jeez, that's really hard. Yeah, I've never heard of that before. Okay. Anansi. Let's hope that's what it is. Okay, so now we can finally start building through the center and back down to our final 3 stack down here. Hopefully it'll be easier because optimally we'll have a lot of crossing help with finishing off these downs. Let's see if we can make that happen. Maybe this is an E? I was probably spelling kerosene wrong. So maybe this is a rapier wit, a sharp wit, yeah. Oh, maybe a pod. That would be a whole group of whales, right? Okay, this is God no. Yeah, that's an equivalent phrase. And then this is prop up. Yes. Okay, good. Web access company could be a internet service provider. Mystery writer Buchanan. I don't think I know that one. Sine qua non. Without which there is nothing, I believe. That is the Latin phrase for. So, maybe it could be a must, like you need it. It could be. Staff. Could be a rod, like something a king would wield. A course could be a route. Yeah, okay. Unfulfilled duty. Unfulfilled duty. This isn't about taxes, right? I don't think unfulfilled makes sense in that context. Diplomatic successes. Diplomatic. Will can change it. Will, oh man. This is so weirdly worded. Will can change it. It almost looks like tense, right? Is this Edna? Shameless sycophant. Yeah, that could be a lapdog, right? Okay, maybe it is Edna. It has furrowed gray bark. It seems like that should be a tree. Maybe it's an elm tree? Why would will can change it lead to tense? Man, that's a little weird to me. Let's leave that for later. That's really weird. Blank Brown, Whoopi Goldberg's role in Ghost. Oh man. I watched this movie not that long ago. What was her character's name? Is it Odette? I want to say it was something like that. Let's put that in. Establish facts. Where the idiom on a roll comes from. You're on a roll? I wonder if it's a language or if it's a game. New Balance competitor. New Balance makes shoes, right? It starts with an E. I don't know any shoe companies that start with E. I wonder if Odette is not right. Let's see if we can build off the center here. Book it. Book it. That could be running away, right? It's not scram. It's not flee, unless elm tree is wrong. Attendant of Dionysus. Well, he was all into wine and orgies, right? So maybe it's a satyr? That seems pretty good. Urges. I think a word for an urge could be a yen, like if you're yearning for something. So it could be yens. Play a critical role, and this is more wordplay. A critical role. Is this about being a critic? I don't know. Rank? Like if you're ranking movies? That seems a little strange. Tax. Could it be a fee? It could be a lot of things. This could be about like taxing someone physically, like they're not able to carry a burden or something. We've got a cross clue here. Total package. This is wordplay, okay. Is this about the cereal total? Maybe a cereal box or something? Doesn't go straight in a way. Go straight, Is this just uses? Are we talking about drugs here, maybe? I don't know. Blank island. There's a lot of islands. Doubly hyphenated figure. That could be a social security number, right? There's 2 hyphens in that. I don't know if that quite confirms uses. Julius Caesar's first wife. Oh, no. I don't know enough about Roman history to know this. Ooh, man. Birthplace of Lewis Carroll. Lewis Carroll wrote Alice in Wonderland. It was somewhere in England. Self-starter. More wordplay. This could potentially just be the letter S. It's the first letter of the word self. I think that's fairly likely, actually. Cranks up. Like you'd be cranking up an old engine or something. Boy. Can we get any of these small ones at least? Block letters. More wordplay. So they're not talking about writing in block letters. I wonder if it's just ABC, like stuff that would be on alphabet blocks. Yeah, that could be. Tax. Boy. Part of Mayo that's most popular. More wordplay. Part of Mayo that's most popular. Man, I don't know where the pun is here. Jeez. No longer on the table. I wonder if that's just eaten. Yeah, if it's not on the table, it could have been eaten, right? I'm going to take out Odette. That was sort of a guess. It was an educated guess, but it seems like it's hindering progress. Is there anything we haven't looked at here? Wordsworth wrote one about a cuckoo. He was a poet, right? So maybe it could have been an ode. Wrote an ode to a cuckoo. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, we're not sure about uses either, are we? I wonder if it's not elm tree either. Lapdog feels pretty good though. Well, we haven't looked at the longer crosses yet, so I guess we don't need to wait any longer. Passive aggressive tactic. I don't know. Renter's amenity. Renter's amenity. Is that about someone that's renting an apartment, maybe? Like heat and hot water? Gaze at with appreciation. Boy, this is really tough. I was hoping we could build down, but these middle answers are not falling easily. Came in behind. We haven't read this clue yet. I wonder if this is lost to. If you came in behind someone, you lost to them, right? Like in a race? Passive aggressive. I really want this to be silent treatment based on the letters we have in here right now. Boy, that is such a good answer that I think we should take ABC out. Silent treatment. Wow. This is a really nice phrase here. So it's not ABC though. Block letters. Weird. Now I don't know what this is about. Play a critical role. Could it be rave? Like critics rave about things they like. Could be rant. Could it be rant also? It seems better because critical usually means you're kind of poking holes in things, right? Tax. Could that be try? Like you're trying someone's patience, you're taxing them? It could be. ENNR looks very bad though. A V wouldn't be any better. I'm not sure what's wrong. I think in that case it's probably best to take both of them out. Oh, you know what? It's not Odette, it's Oda May. I think. Is that it? Are we closer? I think it ended in May at least. I really wanted this second letter to be a D, but... I do like this A here. I think there's a shoe company called... It's like Avia or something. I always forget exactly what this shoe company is called. There's Asics, which I was confused it with. But there's a different one that starts with A too. Maybe it is a V, because this could be Givens, right? And then I want this to be an I, a Via. Could it be dice on a roll? That makes sense. So is this, oh man, this is Mayo that's in Spanish, right? Mayo is the word for May in Spanish, and there's the holiday Cinco de Mayo, right? Oh man, this is so brutal, this wordplay. Okay, so it was Avia, and then this is nice having the C here. It almost looks like entrance, doesn't it? Renter's amenity. So maybe if you're like in a duplex, you'd have your own private entrance. That would be an amenity, right? Private entrance. Wow, that is really hard. Man. I mean, generally, like coming from New York City, you would always have a private entrance. But I think in a lot of other places in the country, that is something that people have that they appreciate. So, whew, for a New Yorker, that's kind of hard to see. All right, so maybe it's just rate. Yeah, like you could rate something on a scale of 1 to 10. Maybe this could be Y again. Yes, no, eyes on. So it's going to end in eyes on. Lays one's eyes on. I think it's probably going to be one's eyes on. I don't know how it's going to start. Let's see. Bryce Harper, when he won a 2015 MVP award, e.g. Okay, Bryce Harper is a baseball player. Right now he's on the Phillies, but he must have been maybe on the Nats, the Nationals, when he won the MVP. Okay. That was 6 years ago. Cranks up should be revs up, right? Okay, so maybe it's not S. Maybe it's a prefix that can go before self. Block letters. Oh, it's SPF, right? It's sunblock. Oh, man. Okay, so feast one's eyes on. Yes. Very good. Okay. Yeah, these are all good phrases here. There's something about the cluing that just makes them so hard to see. I don't know. I think we're just on different pages as far as cluing goes. But all the long entries here were very good. Anansi the spider was very hard. I don't know if you all have heard of that before, but that first part was very hard to get. I think my favorite was communion wafer, though. That was fantastic. Okay. So... I still want this to be in England somewhere. Cheshire? That would make sense, right? The Cheshire Cat was a character in his book. Yeah, I think we can probably safely put that in. So maybe this is herself. That's a thing that can go before the word self, right? I like this end. This seems like a plausible Roman name. I'm going to take out uses. We were not super sure about that answer, so I think it's doing more harm than good. Because this is looking like accords, right? Like the Oslo Accords. And then maybe this is arcs for doesn't go straight. And then this could be Rhode Island. Yes, it's not an island, but it does have island in the name. Maybe this is cereal. Is it just cereal? Total package? I mean, I wanted it to be about the cereal, but I don't know why. I would think that like total is the cereal and we're talking about the packaging of the cereal. I wanted it to be like a cereal box, you know? I mean, I think it looks like it has to be cereal. That one doesn't quite land for me. Okay, but this looks like Cornelia. That looks good. I guess this is an arrear. Oh my God. Like if you have something in arrears, it's like you haven't paid for it, right? Like I think a debt can be put in arrears. It's not a term I see very often. I have heard it though. Oh, this should have an exclamation mark on it. What the heck is going on here? This is room. How does this not have an exclamation mark? Man. This would have been much easier to get. I mean, okay, I'm going to stop ranting about this, but yeah, this is a room because you book it, right? So it should have an exclamation mark. That should be a definition clue. And then oaten. Yes, some cereals are oaten. Okay. I guess this is tense. Let's just put it in. That gives us Edna Buchanan. All right, well, let's put our N in and see if that does it for us. Wow. Okay, well, I felt like we were kind of spinning our wheels at some points in here. I think I kind of skidded to a halt around this section. I like all these long answers. This communion wafers was definitely the highlight of the puzzle for me. That's just such a fantastic, ambiguous clue. Careless mistake is good. This is fine. It's just really hard because this name is totally unfamiliar. I think silent treatment is maybe my second favorite. That's really good. This is good too, and this is great. Yeah, so I think they're all good answers. They're just clued a little bit. I don't know. I guess the cluing isn't telling you exactly, like there isn't so much nuance in it that it kind of helps you get there. It's sort of like phrases that mean the same thing, but you kind of need to get a lot of crossing help to know exactly what's going on here. Except for this one. I think you could have gotten this one with no crossing if you were really on top of your game. Yeah, so there was a couple of answers here that I'm like not crazy about this one. Like the total is the cereal, but it feels like the clue's asking about the package, and this should have an exclamation mark. Those are my nitpicks. That's me rating this puzzle in my critical role here. But I think overall this was a totally fine example of a pretty darn tricky Saturday puzzle. I think it was just a lot of ambiguous cluing. There's a little bit of wordplay, but a lot of it was just kind of hard, ambiguous cluing. Yeah, and just sort of knowledge checks like Adelaide. This is a nice one actually because you kind of can maybe make a good guess at this. You know, if you know Alice in Wonderland, you know Lewis Carroll wrote it. There's the character Cheshire Cat. You know, it makes sense. I kind of love clues like that when there is a way to get there, you know, if you think through it a few steps. But stuff like this is kind of just knowledge checks. This is kind of a knowledge check. Yeah, so those are kind of tough, but at least we didn't have any like really hard crosses. You know, there was no squares in here that were like crossing, like two kind of really arcane things crossing. So I'm happy about that. Like this is kind of difficult, but you know, it's not really crossing anything ungettable. So, I mean, Avi is a little tricky, but it's very crosswordy. Like it shows up a lot, even though I can't for the life of me ever remember it. But yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed solving this very tricky stacked Saturday puzzle with me. I'm going to be coming back at you tomorrow for the nice long lazy Sunday puzzle. And I think that's going to do it for now. All right. I'll see you next time.